Hi, Indonesia. This is Dhruv. Check out my interview with CreativeDisc.com, the #1 music website in Indonesia.
Hello, CD lovers. Welcome back to another Creative Disc exclusive interview with me, Yuwono, as your host. And today I'm so excited to finally can have a chat with this singer. Been waiting for so long now, and the time has come for me to speak to him. His name become a huge name lately because of his single Double Take that gone viral on TikTok, Spotify, and charting in many radio stations in Indonesia. So without further ado, here with me now, Dhruv. Hello, man. How are you?
Hello, I'm good. Yes, how are you?
I'm totally great. So where are you right now, Dhruv?
I'm in the UK right now. I have family here, so I'm here with my family right now.
Oh, I see. Okay, so you are in the UK right now. So, here's the thing that I learned about you, Dhruv. You are an Indian born and then raised in Singapore, if I'm not mistaken. And then you moved to United States to study in Yale University, and then now in the UK. Wow, that changes a lot. Do you feel what is it like the changes that shock you for some reason?
Yeah. So, the thing is, I was for the first 18 years of my life, I was in Singapore, and then I spent my summers in India a lot of the time, and so that was pretty constant. Recent changes have become a lot more, and I feel like it's a very confusing question when someone asks me like, what is home, or you for always like a long-winded explanation, but yeah, I don't know. I hope to go back to Asia. I think that's like really where I want to settle down and stuff. But for the time being, a little bit of the place.
Okay, so that's the question that I would ask after this question. So you kind of feel more like living in Asia instead of the UK or the United States. Why is that?
Sorry, I missed that.
So
Mind
you said
saying that
to
again?
us that you tend to go back to Asia to settle down instead of living in the UK or the United States. Why is that?
I'm just very used to it. Like it feels like home to me. I think it's also just like the people and the warmth of the people there, and obviously the people are warm here as well. But I mean, it's more of what I'm used to. I was raised in that area, and I think you always have a special attachment to the place you grew up in. And so yeah, like I'm happy to be here for the time being, but I've always seen myself moving back,
Mhm.
at some point in time.
Oh, okay. So first of all, before we jump into the music, I want to ask this question: How and since when do you get into music, and why choose music in the first place?
I've been making sorry, I've been like composing melodies and stuff since I was very young. And even before I thought of like having a career in music, it was something that I was doing.
Yeah.
And I was singing all the time. And yeah, I just continued to do it. Like the thing is like in Singapore, at least where I was, the idea of doing something in the arts didn't seem very likely. It was really hard to see. Obviously singing English music, and the industry felt but my dream was always to be in music, and I just kept doing it. I kept writing high school when I was in Singapore. I wrote when I got to college, and I've just constantly been doing it. And so that's always what I've wanted to do. But obviously, I have Indian parents, very much like you have to be academic and do your school and get your degrees and all of that as well.
Okay, that's interesting though because me as an Asian also have that pressure on my for my parents to go some schools and not what is it like join into the entertainment industry or something. Do you feel that way also, right, with your parents? So how you overcome with that?
I think my parents just started to understand that like this wasn't like just a hobby for me. Like I spent all my time doing it, all my time thinking about it, and I also just I don't know. I think my parents also to some degree realized like they're amazing people, and they've always been like do what you want, but be practical about things. But I think they realized after a point that I was just like, this was the only thing that I could really do. Like, this is really like where my heart and I think they came to that understanding, but it took a lot of time. And obviously, I have been doing my school and my degrees, etc. And so, yeah, I think that they've reached that understanding now.
Right, right. It's so nice to hear that your parents finally like supporting you for what you're doing, right? Because your music kind of big and huge, I must say, right now. Instead of like releasing in 2019, if I'm not mistaken, Double Take the release in 2019. But today, this song reached almost like 4 million uses on TikTok and more than 175 million stream worldwide. Wow. Do you expect though this song that become this big?
No, 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 not even. But I had a special feeling about the song 2 years ago, but I released it completely independently. So I didn't have any label. I didn't have anything push the song. And obviously, the fact that it happened 2 years later has just made it even more crazy because, um, just because the thing like this doesn't what usually happens is you release a song and then you like build a promotion around the release and then you
Yeah.
market it around the time, and so that happened. And I've always been working on music and keeping on working on music. Like I wasn't like at any point taking a break from it, and so it's just nice, like feels very serendipitous that it's coincided with me just like making so much more music and just being so much more confident as a musician and as an artist. But I never expected it. I literally no world did I expect it to happen, and especially not this way.
Mhm. And also in Indonesia, I have to mention this. You are also the Double Take song also become one of the song to put on Lagi Viral. It's like a complete playlist of viral song in Indonesia, and also put on number 7 on top 50 chart in Indonesia. And also, if I'm not mistaken, I currently talked to or couple of chart in Indonesian radio. You've become like your song Double Take couple of radio station charting your songs. I mean, Indonesian people love that song so much. Any comment on that though?
I love my Indonesia fans. I love, I was thinking to myself, like, one of the first moments that I realized that like the song was like charting was I saw it on the Indonesian virals. And so like I think Indonesia can, definitely take some credit for blowing up the song in the world. And so I mean like I'm fully indebted to them. I've been constantly like watching all the covers, all the edits, a lot of the TikToks and the challenges that they're doing. And yeah, I really love and just want to thank anyone in Indonesia who's been supporting my music. It like means a lot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So TikTok in Indonesia is also huge, right? That's the application, the apps that probably like make this song go viral. If I must say, but do you also join on TikTok? Because I'm sure that I don't find your account on TikTok.
I've just gotten on it. I'm like quite a shy person in general, and so like I prefer, I've in the past I preferred like okay, like I don't want to, I pick up too much space. And when the challenge was going viral and stuff, I wasn't even on the platform. But I think like I've always, I've been recently, especially just like scrolling, like really feeling it out, and I've just kind of gotten on it. So hopefully I'll be able to do it at some point soon and just kick it off.
Yeah, because there are tons of great artists in TikTok also and became viral of the song. And just by TikTok itself, it's so amazing to know that TikTok could turn those trend into the something viral within like 2 years of your song after release, right?
Unreal. It really is the future of music. Like I think I've been stubborn about it before because it's kind of like changed, right? Like initially it was a lot of like it wasn't like taste making in this way, but I feel like especially in the last like year, it's become this undeniable, push towards music and like discovering artists, which is obviously amazing.
Right. So speaking about double take, I totally curious about the story though. Do you happen to have the yes answer to the person you wrote the music into? I mean, I believe that are so many people experience it also probably once in their life when they feel something more than friendship with their close friends, right? Do you happen
Yeah,
to find the conclusion of the song?
I did get a yes answer. So Yes. But not because of the song. I'd written the song and then like nothing had happened, and then maybe like a month or two later, before I even put out the song, I got the yes answer. So there are more songs about like the follow up of what transpired and what happened. But yes, the answer was yes.
Yes. Wow. I mean, congrats on that. I mean, like, wow, that must be a great thing to feel when you feel the friendship is not enough again, and then you confess to the person, and the person also feel the same way. It's kind of nice to know, right?
It's unbelievable. It's like what you would hope for. I feel like I spent a lot of my like childhood and high school just having unrequited like crushes on people, and so it's nice. It was like nice to feel reciprocated.
Mhm, mhm. So I know that it's 2 years late now, but do you
Mm.
happen to planning on releasing some music video for the double take?
Yeah, I don't want to say too much on it, but I will say that yes, there've been lots of things in the works. Like it's I always would double take, and even when it started going viral, I was adamant that like I'm gonna release a music video when I introduce my project, because I think I'm not the kind of person that likes to just react to things. Like I don't want to just react by just dropping a video. Like for me, it's like I want to build like something that's built bigger and more artistic. And so yeah, you'll definitely hear more about that very soon, I promise.
Wow, cool! I can't wait for that. So I have to make this also. There's something that bothering my mind because there are two versions of the second verse in your double take song. So the first one say I could say never unzip those blue Levi's inside my head. And the second one says, and I could say I never answered those believers inside my head. So which one is the correct one since I now interviewing the songwriter?
It's the first one.
It's the first one
I've,
because I
I've got
really
a
love
question.
the first one that rhymes with the Levi's thing. So kind of the second one is kind of ruined it for me. It's my
I don't even
opinion.
understand the second one. I don't even people have asked me that before. I don't even understand the second, like they answered those believers in my head and stuff. Like I think it's amazing that people like found some meaning in it and stuff, but like I don't understand it.
Yeah, right. Because when I first do the second one, when I read the second one, I was like, what does it mean? I'm not good with that. So here I am asking for that. Okay, so
I'm
Drew,
just not
you
good at enunciating.
yeah, yeah.
I'm not
So
good at like
you already
enunciating
like
when I sing.
right, right. So Drew, you already releasing two other songs after Double Take, right? Which Vulnerable and the latest one is Moonlight, which is you released last year. After heard that three songs, I came up with this theory. I wanna know how do you feel about this theory? Hear me out.
Okay.
You fell
Yeah.
into this 1% and you've had so many great memories and you hope to step into the next level than friendship as you picture in Double Take and Moonlight, but it didn't go well after you slip and tell your feeling out loud as in the lyric of Vulnerable. How's my theory? Is it the same as you expected the listener would feel or perhaps what you experienced?
You're close. You're definitely close. The music that you haven't heard yet is a little less about like love and naive love. It's more about, it's some of it's about falling out of love. Some of it's about like growing into yourself and like realizing that you have to like find your own self-love before you can figure that stuff out. But yeah, I think you're right. Like Moonlight is very much about that similar sentiment. It's about like, waiting for love for your whole life and like learning about it through watching movies and reading books and telling your first partner that like this is what I want, this is exactly what I want this love that I know. And then Vulnerable is more on the side of like it's like I guess sometimes things don't always feel reciprocated, and that's like the reality that like I know very well, and I'm
Yeah.
sure lots of people know as well.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So Moonlight, like I said, released last year's, right? And then I know that you are working into Double Take music video. I'm not promised on that, but is there like what is it like? Any project that you currently working on that release very soon?
Yeah, it's more or less done at this point. Which is, oh my God, I'm so grateful that it is, because
Yes.
I was like, I'm never gonna finish this. Uh, yeah, it's more or less done. It's just it took me a little bit of time to figure out how to like tie the ends up, because I knew that the first three were always going to be a part of a project.
Mhm.
It took me a little bit of time to figure out what I wanted my stuff to sound like, how I wanted it to go musically, and it's just like lots of learning behind the scenes.
Right, right. Can't wait to hear the new thing, the new sound of yours. I mean, I really love those three songs already, but I kind of, what is it like, feel need to hear more from you because you release one song every year, right?
Up till now, yeah, like one or two. Yeah.
So it will be any changes. I mean, like, will there be like more songs and probably like 2 months you release another song or perhaps an EP? What is the plan though?
It's gonna be more songs. Like I really took like the year. I was like, I have to finish this. I have to make sure that this project is what it is. So you're gonna get like, how many songs are there out now? Like three. You're gonna get a lot more than that this year.
Okay, I cannot wait for that. So when you write the song, what's the thing that you more drawn into? I mean, your own experience or the thing that you see or perhaps someone's story?
My own experience. Like I this project, at least I only wrote from my own experience. I To every detail I tried to stay as honest as I could. Otherwise I wouldn't have put it out. Like I wrote so many songs. I write so many songs, and so the ones that end up coming on aren't always the most like catchy, aren't always like the most radio friendly. They're usually the ones that are just the most honest and the ones that feel authentic towards me.
Mhm. And it's way more personal also, right? To your listeners.
It's super. I definitely did not hold back in terms of being, yeah, being just honest and trying to connect with my listeners. I just hope, all I can hope is that, they do connect with it.
Mhm, mhm. So, Dhruv, after learning about you in this interview, you came so much, what is it like, from your first journey joining to the music and your parents did not support you at first. So, I will ask you this question. What is music from your point of view?
To me, music is a soundtrack to my dreams. It has always been, like, even in times where I felt like I wasn't happy, or
Yeah.
I I didn't feel like I was always grounded. It has always been this thing that has transported me to like a place which is more beautiful. Like, and that's what I look for when I listen to music as well. I look for something that makes me feel something, that makes me think of a memory, or that makes me think about a future or envision a world. And it's always been that for me. And I think I will always make music that makes me feel that way as well.
Hmm. Okay. So, before we wrap up this interview with message for your Indonesian fans, I want to ask a random question for you. What is five random things that most of the people didn't know about Drew?
Five things that people don't know or know about me.
Didn't know, don't know, they don't know. Most
They
of the people
don't
don't.
know about me. Honestly, most people don't know many things about me, because I'm not a very like um public profile. I would say I'm a twin. I have a twin sister. That's one.
Okay.
Um
One.
I I love English and I love writing, but I also like am into like math. I don't know if that's like I like I kind of like
Wow.
both.
Wow.
I
You like math? That's the first, that's the, what is it? This is the first musician that confessed to me that he loved math. I mean,
I like
oh,
it. Yeah, I'm not like a diehard, like I'm gonna sit in my room and do math all day forever. No way. But like I don't I like I enjoy it. What else do people not know about me? I think
are you into movie
uh,
though?
pardon?
Are you into movie? I mean, what is the best or the greatest movie that you ever watched? That will be the third one. Promising.
Okay, the third one, the greatest movie I've ever watched. I don't know. That's a tough one. I'd have to think about the best movie. I think like I could say my favorite album, which would be, for me would be Channel Orange by Frank Ocean.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
yeah, I love that album so much. I would say I think a lot of people probably don't know that I was born in the UK. Like I think people often think that I'm like either from Singapore or born in India, but I was born here.
Okay, wow.
And
The
and a
fifth
fifth
one. You
thing would
already in the fifth one.
yeah, I think people might not know that I like just like have my hand at everything with music. Like I oversee like the writing. Like I write all my songs myself for the most part. And I work with the same person on the production side, and I oversee everything. I'm a perfectionist. I think people don't know that
Ooh,
about me.
cool. All right. Nice to know. That's five random things that people did know about Dhruv. And I happy and I excited to learn a new thing from you because those math really got me.
Oh my God, yeah. No, I'm definitely like I feel like I'm playing it up. Like there are definitely times when I've worked on math problems. I'm like I hate this. Like I hate this so much, but
No, no.
um I
Yeah.
don't mind it. I'm not obsessed with it though, I promise.
All right. So last question. Is there any message to your Indonesian fans or Indonesian people who love your music and listening to them like day after day after day?
I just want to say thank you so much to all of my Indonesian fans. As I said, you guys have propelled the song to like a whole new, whole new level. And I just want to thank you so much. I hope I get to come back and tour and yeah, and just see you there.